The Pixel 8 Pro, at least on paper, isn't anything too outlandishly out there. You could say it's actually pretty boring. But what makes it so interesting is what it can do with its Pixel exclusive software features. I've had the Pixel 8 Pro for a little over a week now, so let's talk about it. The camera bar has been improved a bit with better ultra-wide and telephoto cameras, and now it has this nicely textured back glass. The display is now flat on the edges, and it can now get up to 2400 nits of peak brightness, which I thought I wouldn't really notice, but you can actually tell the screen is overall brighter in day-to-day use. And the Pixel 8 Pro has the all-new Google Tensor G3 chip. Full disclosure, Google did send me this phone, but there was no promise of a review or any other types of incentives. So everything that I say in this video is my honest opinion on this device. And they're seeing it for the first time, just as you are. So say hi. That being said, there is a sponsor for this video, and it's Best Buy. Whether you're looking to buy the new Pixel 8 Pro or prepare for the upcoming holidays, you're probably in the process of searching for the best deals in tech, and Best Buy has got you covered. Best Buy's top deals page has all the daily and weekly deals going on right now. They also have a price match guarantee, where they'll match competitor pricing just in case you find a better price elsewhere. Orders can also be made for in-store pickup or delivered straight to your address if you're too busy to run to the store. However, the quickest and best way to view their deals is through the Best Buy app, which lets you quickly view their top deals, like $80 off these Bose 700 wireless headphones, $450 off this HP laptop, and $80 off the Google Pixel tablet. But if that wasn't enough, on the app you get access to Best Buy's Drops, which happens every few days and enables Best Buy app customers and members on some great deals on newly released, limited or hot selling products. So if you're interested in checking out some of Best Buy's top deals, check out the link in the video description below. And thanks again to Best Buy for sponsoring this portion of the video. Let's talk about software features. Google's major goal for the Pixel lineup seems to be trying to make taking and editing photos and videos easier for the everyday person. And I think that they do an amazing job with that. The camera hardware is fantastic, but the camera software and user experience has always been what's really impressed me most. The Pixel camera introduces complex techniques that professional photographers and videographers already know how to do, but makes it much more digestible and easier to handle by shoving it on a single button press or one toggle switch away, and making it easier for your parents, non-techie friends, and grandparents to use without having to spend 15 to 30 minutes to learn how to do that particular task. They do a great job with this, and now they introduce new AI features that blurs that line even more. But at the same time, they also included some pro level features like Pro Controls, which provides a more DSLR or mirrorless camera-like experience with manual controls to things like shutter speed, exposure, ISO, white balance, and focus, and that's much appreciated. But Google is pushing their photo and video AI features hard for this phone, with a ton of different features that can all be activated by having backup to Google on and then clicking edit on a photo or video. So let's talk about each of those new AI features because they add a lot to this phone. There's Audio Magic Eraser that removes background noise in videos you take. This is great for making your audio emphasize your voice instead of all the annoying stuff around you. When you enter edit mode, you have the option of lowering all these different categories of sound. These categories are decided by the AI based on what it thinks the background noises are. Sometimes it's correct in what it predicts, and other times it's just plain wrong. All right, I am here with the Pixel 8 Pro in my noisy laundry room. Let's see how well it handles getting rid of this background noise. You can even choose to remove the main person talking or just lower the volume on their voice so that you can focus on the background noise if you prefer that over the person talking. Overall, this feature is helpful for the average person to control how the audio sounds coming from their video. Then there's this next feature called Best Take. Honestly, this feature is really cool, but also kinda creepy in my book. No one's ever happy with the results of a group photo because someone's always blinking. So when I'm shooting group photos, I like to take 10 copies of the same image in a row in the hopes that someone in that photo doesn't blink in one of them, because I really hate being told that I need to retake a shot because someone was just being too picky. But despite all that, despite taking 10 shots in a row, you always end up finding that someone was blinking or looking away. But Best Take makes this so much simpler. Best Take scans all of those different photos and lets you replace people's faces with a different one from one of those other similar images so that you can select the perfect one, like the one where they're actually smiling and looking at the camera instead of blinking or staring off into space. So here's an old image that I took from a different phone, but This is a software feature that works regardless of what phone it was taken from. It just has to be on the Pixel 8 Pro, but it's really easy to select the right faces, and the phone does give you options to choose between based on all the different photos that it saw. Then there's Magic Editor, which lets you replace entire objects with new ones or move objects to different positions or increase their size anywhere on the original image. Let's look at this photo of my dog in the backyard. Obviously, she can tell that she's fenced in somewhere with the fence in the background, but by selecting the entire fence line and keeping the rest of the grass yard intact, Magic Eraser suggested these new backdrops. It's crazy that it came up with environments that fit perfectly with the patch of grass. The detail in the generated parts are not professionally done, and you can tell if you decide to pixel creep, but it's definitely fine for social media posting. I can even grow, shrink, or move the image of my dog around, and the Magic Editor automatically generates new grass for the spot that my dog used to be in. It's the coolest feature built into the Pixel 8 Pro for sure. But those are just features that are built into the Pixel phones right now. Google has also promised future AI features that are coming to the Pixel 8 Pro. And let me disclaimer this. I don't believe in buying a device with the promise of future updates. Assume what you're buying today is what you'll be working with until your next phone upgrade. Software and feature updates can get delayed or never manifest at all. So when we talk about these upcoming features, just keep those things in mind. Video Boost is a feature that sends the video you took from the Pixel 8 Pro to Google servers for AI processing that can improve overall video quality. It takes time to process, but then automatically updates your phone with the processed video that you took. And lastly, Google plans to implement Bard, their ChatGPT competitor, to Google Assistant, emails, and I'm assuming other Google services as well. That's a lot of future features coming to this Pixel 8 Pro. But how is this phone from a user perspective today? I really like the Pixel 8 Pro. The simplicity of Google's Pixel devices makes it easy to transition to it. The speakers sound good, not great. The screen is bright, making it easy to use outdoors and take photos, and the cameras are better than ever. On the back of the phone, there's a built-in temperature sensor, but I'm finding it hard to make use of it. Am I supposed to stick this in a pot of boiling water to see if it's the right temperature for my food? Probably not. Let me know if you found a good use for it, because I honestly can't figure anything out. Battery life is okay. I get more than a day worth of battery, which is good enough for me. If you go off just sheer benchmarks, you'd think the Pixel is lagging behind other flagship Android phones, by a large margin too. But everyday use feels smooth, and there's not much stuttering, but it does struggle in gaming. I have two main criteria for gaming on mobile. Can I play games smoothly at around 60 frames per second and not burn my hands in the process? Then it's good. And in Genshin Impact, the Pixel 8 Pro can do this on medium settings pretty well, with some stuttering here and there while navigating some more difficult places, though I usually aim for low settings. But there are obviously better phones out there if this is your main priority. Now, the AI features that I mentioned earlier are cool and useful most of the time, but sometimes it does some wonky stuff. Let's say I want to remove this piece of wall art so that I can get some ideas and maybe mock up a different piece there. When you try to remove it, Magic Studio leaves behind the casted shadow and frame of the art. And no matter what I do, fails to see the frame and shadow and remove it. And in this photo, my hair and face are an absolute mess, but it won't let me swap to a different face from a similar looking image, despite it being obvious that it needs it. And Audio Magic Eraser is cool and it's been effective, but it crashed on me a few times, removing the clip I recorded and didn't reappear until I restarted the phone. Also, why isn't Audio Magic Eraser a feature available in Voice Recorder? I feel like that's a missed opportunity there. These AI features are great when they work, but they can't act up and give you some terrible looking results or just flat out not work at all. Okay, so this last major thing is a really important aspect of the Pixel 8 Pro. Although it doesn't seem like a big aspect of it because it's not as buzzwordy as AI features, but Google is promising 7 years of feature drops, software updates, and security updates for this phone. 7 years! That's completely unheard of in the Android world. But 7 years, if it pans out, is amazing for a smartphone. It'll be interesting to see how many new features these phones actually get in like year 5 or 6. But then I thought to myself, phones get used and worn down over time. You could accidentally crack the screen or the battery just goes bad. So the chances that a phone lasts 7 years seemed unlikely. But after looking into it a little bit more, I realized that Google is partnered with iFixit and also sells genuine Google parts for Pixel repairs, and the prices aren't ridiculous either. So there's a good chance that Google could meet their promise of supporting the Pixel 8 lineup in software updates and still have hardware repairs available through partners like iFixit to ensure that your aging devices stay out of the retirement home. But again, things about the future should be held with at least a little bit of skepticism. Google has been notorious for getting rid of services that have been doing okay, but they don't see as commercially viable in the grand scheme of things, and so they just stop offering the service. And they do try to make things right with their customers, but it's still really annoying to have something promised and for it to not pan out or meet the expectations that you had. All right, at this point, it's conclusion time. Is the Pixel 8 Pro worth it? The Pixel lineup has continually leaned into photo and video features as its primary focus. And for the Pixel 8 Pro, they poured a lot of software features into it to make photography, videography, and editing so much easier for the everyday average person to do. It's such a great mix of software features and hardware, and with 7 years of software support, you'll be sure to be able to keep using this device for a long time. That is, if that 7 years is to be believed. The Pixel 8 Pro gives you a user-friendly Android option with lots of nice built-in exclusive Pixel features and makes Pro-like camera functions easy for the average person to understand and utilize. It would 100% be my first recommendation for most people looking at flagship Android phones that want something easy to use and just exist in your life. Anyway, what do you personally think of the Pixel 8 Pro? Are you considering getting a Pixel 8 Pro? Why or why not? What do you love or hate about it? Leave all that in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video and want to see more videos like this, maybe on the Pixel Fold and foldables in general, check it out here. Anyway, I'll see you all next time. Bye.